Oh, that water bottle was a present. This is very strange. I have one too, just like this one, with the same inscription and signature. Robert said, looking closely at the writing on the lower part of the bottle. He then turned on his WhatsApp and showed her a picture of the same. She was pleasantly surprised. What coincidence! She exclaimed. I think. She looked up and saw his face. His countenance had suddenly changed as he clenched his exceptionally white teeth and his eyes started tearing, his light complexion giving away his emotions. Robert stood up tacitly and went to the window. Dels stood up from her seat and handed him a piece of Della serviette to wipe the sweat that was now glistening on his well-trimmed forehead. Trying to make a logical conversation was proving very difficult. Good people, it's time to go home. I can see you are committed to your work, but work and no play has proven to make Jack a dull boy, or probably Dels a dull girl, barged in Samoa Kilo, the physics teacher, who happened to be on his way to the bus, which was ready to drop the teachers in town. Samoa, on seeing the solemn mood in the room, decided to retreat with an apology. Samoa, kindly don't leave. I think I need your presence here. Dels addressed him in a very serious tone that almost frightened him. Yes, Dels, what's the problem? Please, if you want him to talk to me, forget it, retorted Robert, pointing his index finger at Samoa while storming out of the office to the amazement of the two colleagues. For a short moment, silence befell the room until they heard the roar of the bus engine. Samoa excused himself and left Dels in the office. She was so confused by what had just happened and felt she needed to freshen up before getting into her vehicle. On coming out of the restroom, she saw a dark figure dart out of her office. Her heart stopped for a moment. Gathering courage, she stealthily went back to her office. I need to upload the documents on Google Drive. Otherwise, the community will not be able to access it. Dels was the chairperson of Trunk Top Focus Professional Development Group in her location. She always believed in the proverb, nobody ever drowned in his own sweat. So she would burn the midnight oil to ensure the community programs were on course. When she looked up, 15 minutes had flown by. She stood up, fixed the wall hanging that had been blown slightly by the wind and was about to drop to the floor. After ensuring it was well secured, she took time to read through it loudly. For you shall eat the fruit of the labor of your hands. Happy, blessed, fortunate, enviable shall you be, and it shall be well with you. Psalm 128 verse 2. Yes, my students are part of the labor of my hands. Dear Lord, please prosper them, especially Jane Ann, who is struggling with her grades. Oh, it's getting late, she exclaimed. She was about to pick her handbag from the ground next to the table when she noticed a yellow sticky note on the floor. She picked it up and read it. Color drained from her beautiful face. She felt like she was losing air. She sat on the visitor's chair for about 5 minutes. Seeming like she had to remember something, she took out her mobile phone and made a quick call. The call was not going through. So she hurriedly took her bag and sprinted to her car. She had to do something fast. On reaching her car, she realized that she had forgotten her car keys on the office table. On coming back, she found Robert coming from her office. He was holding them and talking to himself. Oh, you have come back for this, he said menacingly, approaching her with his hand stretched out to give her the car keys. Suddenly, Robert's phone rang. The ringing was incessant. Robert looked at the phone screen with disgust and threw the keys at Dels. She was astounded. Then she remembered that she was in a hurry to go somewhere. Picking up her keys with great agility, she dashed to the parking lot. "Where is my car?" she exclaimed. "For how long will you keep running?" She heard Robert's voice bellowing behind her. Her adrenaline levels increased. She saw the tall security guard at the far end of the corridor and started running towards him with Robert hot on her heels. Before she could reach where the security guard was, she saw a vehicle